Alright, well, we're in the big Dodge and we've had a little error code come up. Let's see if it does today. And of course, that time it didn't. Oh, there it is. Active Airbox service required seed dealer. Alright, so we're going to dig into that today and play with a few other things. Alright, let's pop the hood. So, come on, there we go. I do have the Banks Monster Ram emissions on intake on it, and that's been working great. You can see my filter's needing some changing, and the car had, especially when towing and trying just wide open accelerating with a load on it, it throws the the EVIC throws the change your air filter code. I haven't had this air filter in there for that many miles, and it is a factory OEM air filter. When I got the truck in October of 17, ran it for a while. I don't know, I changed the filter just because I felt like it, put an aftermarket one in it, not a high performance one, just a standard paper aftermarket. And then that's when I realized, a little while later, that the EVIC will tell you when to change the filter, because I guess it's got a DP measurement in here somehow. So then I was surprised at how short a time that one lasted, so I put another OEM one back in it. And about that same time is when I changed the intake, and this one really didn't last very long either. I've only got 42,000 miles on this truck total, and this is effectively the third air cleaner that it's gone through. And now it also says that I've got an active airbox issue of some sort. I don't know whether they're related, but we're going to look at it today, and going to try something else different. I've got a Fleet Guard filter for this thing, because I really like the Fleet Guard oil filters. So we're going to put the Cummins Fleet Guard air filter in it and see what we've got. So yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is open this up, look at it, change the filter. I'm going to reset this, boink, and see where we are. So this air cleaner box is kind of strange. It's got 3 screws holding it together rather than clips. And they can be either flathead or Phillips head or hex head or whatever you want to use to take them apart. I grabbed a flathead. But you could probably strip those out if you weren't careful. There we go. It's a pretty big filter, so I'm interested to see what it looks like. Oh man. What in the hell? How in the hell? Well, that is probably my problem. I guess that's an issue with having these things sit for so long. But the air filter is working. I have a bird nest in there. So that explains the active air filter, and probably the wasps. That explains the problem. I'm hoping none of this broke. Everything seems to be attached. I'm going to have to hook the scanner up, see if I can force that thing to open, and so I can get all that garbage out of there. But yeah, it appears a bird has built a nest in my active air box. Son of a gun. But yeah, the upper side of it is perfectly clean. We got nothing going on there. So This may not be the air filter's fault, but it certainly did its job. So that's interesting. I wonder how hard it is to get this grill off. I would love to be able to get at it from the front. Alright, I'm going to investigate that, see if I can get that grill off without too much trouble. And then maybe we can see how Yo Birdie got in here. Alright, so these are just held in with some pop plugs, and the bottom ones have a little kind of a clip on top that you have to press up so it'll pull out, but that's the only thing holding that in, other than the 410 millimeters at the top. And yeah, one nest of bird. Oh, that's way in there. Okay, now we're gonna have to see. Oh, that's pretty dense. But that's starting to come out. I'm gonna have to see if I can actuate that thing. It's starting to come out. Okay, now it's moving a little freer. It's not completely jammed up. I'm hoping I didn't strip the actuator. Hoping we didn't strip the actuator, because that would probably suck. Yeah, that's the bulk of it. Alright, so yeah, it basically closes. So we're going to go get the scan tool, hook it up, and see if we can actuate that thing. Well, that was interesting. Let me shut this off and turn it back on again. Okay, well, it didn't do it that time, I guess because it was out of position. But it cycled itself open and closed when I put the key on. So that was kind of neat. And right now it's appears to be in the right spot. So, alright, we're going to pause this for a second and flip through the diagnostics and see. Alright, so I found an active airbox test. We're going to see if that works. It's a 30-second test. I guess that's what throws that fault code. It sounded like it moved. Output test has completed. I guess it passed. So I'm going to see if I can find a control to move that manually and then get a vacuum in here and suck out that garbage. Alright, we got that all completely cleaned out. Did the calibration test that I found for it. It did work. Seems like everything's happy. I think the bird had, because this stays closed under normal circumstances, I believe the bird had built its nest just in here, and then when it was towing hard and this opened up to get more air, it just boop, sucked it back into the airbox, and then it couldn't close. So, and I did notice that there was a soft code in the ECM for airbox restriction, other than, you know, That's probably what throws the check your air filter. So we're going to get the new one from Cummins opened up, maybe. See how impressive that is compared to the stock. Interesting. Kind of looks like a Fram. I hope that's not the case. It does appear that the OEM one has even more pleats than the Cummins one. So, well, live and learn. Uh-oh. Fleet guard made in USA. Alright. AF27684. That pretty much fits every one of these things from 2012, just about and up. There's your Chrysler part number. 68517554AA. Also USA. Yeah. We'll see. I want to say I like the OEM one a little better than the Fleet Guard even. So, interesting. So let's get that put back in place. Or put in place. Damn, crap everywhere. Silly burbs. What are you not seating against? There it goes. There she goes. Get the battery protector out of it. Get this baby put back on. I guess these are intended to stay with the cap. They bottom out, so they don't need to get tightened much. Alright, now that that's done, let's start it up and see if our error code goes away. I cleared everything, other than the one code in the radio because it knows the satellite antenna is not connected. Yep, I think that did it. Yeah, she runs under normal conditions with that closed. Oh yeah. Even on first startup before, this thing would pull way down. So, that's good. I think we got that. So yeah, if you start throwing air filter codes, obviously check your air filter, but if your truck's parked a fair bit, like mine, check for your little fuzzy friends that might have built a house, because that obviously is not really good for it. But I'll say the air filter did a hell of a job keeping all that gunk out of the engine. So, anyway, hope you're all having a good day. Take care.